this video after is going to see this part. So today we have Rotten Ringmaster, so it's an exciting one. So let's wait 1 second. Once you guys can see and hear me, an ad might play first, but once you guys can see, let me know, and once you guys can hear me fine, we are going through the mic, let me know, and then we'll get started here with the unboxing. Alright, let's see. It should start loading up for most people in a sec. I have chat right down here, so I'll be looking over there. Alright, sounds good. It looks like we are good. So, here it is, Rotten Ringmaster. This one won by a lot. This was a 50% win. So that's a pretty big one. I don't think last poll was like that. So here he is. It makes sense why this guy won. There is no side images, so no need to turn it, but you can see there is what he looks like if you don't know. This guy was sold everywhere, actually. This was sold at Spirit. This was sold on Halloween Express, Morris Costumes, I think even some smaller stores as well, so a lot of places. And you can probably still find them as well. Halloween Costumes, or not Halloween Costumes, Halloween Express still sells a lot of these, so yeah, you can probably still find him. I don't think he's on Spirit anymore, but I don't actually have the Spirit version. I have the Halloween Express version, and that's because Spirit only sold the one with the girl in the cage. I have the one with Nibbles right here. Here's Nibbles. I actually brought this guy to Flagship, so you guys might have seen that. He was also used in one of E-Coop's videos, upcoming videos, I think. But yeah, there it is. He's awesome. I love Nibbles. I think this is much cooler than the girl in the cage because he can be used in many different places. And as a puppet, he's a good puppet too. Let's see. What next? We have the hat here. Here's his hat. This is actually a much taller hat than Teary, who I just unboxed, but not nearly as wide. But it is overall a pretty awesome looking hat. Great magician's hat type look. Pretty detailed and nice quality as well. It's got the peekaboo type fabric inside. So it's kind of like Shorty or peekaboo. So good quality, and it can support itself. As you can see, there is no metal wiring in any of this. It will just support itself. We have some plastic poles right here. These are for the cage. I was confused the first time I unboxed him seeing these, but that's just because they are for the cage. They are not actually for the prop. They feel very light because of that, but they do look just like metal poles. I could not tell at first. Here are the other three. That's probably around it. There might be a few more. Yeah, it looks like there's two more after that. Here is the right arm, and here is the left arm. I have them posed pretty weird. They're very posable arms. You just need to pose them so that they can go around the cage like that. So they're posed however they need to be, but when the clothing goes over it, you won't be able to tell the unnatural bend there. Okay, we have the pants right here, it looks like. Yep, just dark black pants right there. I like the darker color scheme. He's got the normal Ringmaster look with the red, black, and white, so like that a lot. Here's the shoes, matte black right there. We have some poles. This actually, I don't know what this is. This doesn't look to be a leg pole. Actually, you know what? I think this might be a part from Fairy of the Dead. That is weird. I don't know how that got in here, but it says 11, which is not one of these pieces. That is a Pan Asians Creations piece, and I'm pretty sure my only Pan Asian Creations prop is Fairy of the Dead. We have another plastic pole right there, and actually three. Here's the other two right here. So there we go. Yes, I do. I love Barnyard Butcher. I think he is amazing. That is one of the first ones I wanted from Spirit. I don't have him currently, but I'm pretty sure they'll bring him back eventually. He's a very highly requested one. Here is one of Ringmaster's leg pulls right there. We have two other leg pulls that I actually have bubble wrapped from last season because this is a prop that doesn't include leg foam, and it very much needs it. The pants are pretty flimsy, so they don't make it look very realistic. So I wrapped those, and those look a lot better now. He actually has a very large amount of parts right here. We have the back spine piece. We have the hip loop right here. We have the This is actually a pretty different piece than usual. This is the shoulder frame, but it has this back here, which is a just freestanding hook that can go wherever, but it's going to be pulled down. And that's because there's a lot of weight on this with the cage. This is going to be pulled back, and the cage is actually supported from two different areas, one up here by the shoulders and one down by the hip loop. So it's a pretty heavy cage, so it makes sense to do that. We have the head in the clothing, which we'll save for last over here, which is also stuck on a few pieces here. We have the top of the cage right here. We'll put that down, which actually has the adapter right there. And then Nibble's mechanism, which is also attached to this piece. Try to get this off right here. There it is. That's Nibble's mech. He's got his leg form right there, and then he also has his motor inside, which is actually a very fast motor. And this is one of Ringmaster's connection pieces for holding the cage. Place that down there. But yeah, I like how they did that. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see. We have another leg pull right here. Another leg pull. We have his mechanism. This is a traditional towering clown type mech. It's got one motor for both the head spin and the body spin. So there it is. It's a pretty tiny mech for how big of a prop he is. He's actually one of the taller of the 7-foot props. So, Wicked, should I keep my Mr. Dark in the up position while not using him? Definitely. Keep him always up when you're not using him. In a haunt, it's fine to be down for a bit if people are going to constantly be triggering him, but definitely when he's off for a while, keep him up, because the springs will last longer if you do. Also the gears. Okay, so this is actually the first folding base that I have unboxed on stream so far. So I'll show this. Here it is. This is a folding base, which is pretty rare for props. I have only seen it on mostly Morris stuff. So do that and that over there, and that's it. It gives it a lot of extra support though, so I'm happy they include that. Basically, they can only fold one way, so now if you try to fold these up, it doesn't work. It only folds back like that. So when it's on the ground, it's going to support it very well from tipping both ways. So that's a pretty cool design right there. Now, we have our B-pulls to snap lock in, and we'll start the setup here. Although, once we get these two on, I think this is his other one, let's get the shoes on after this, because we don't want to go up too high without putting the shoes on. All right. What is my favorite animatronic? My favorite of all time would be Colossus from Distortions, but favorite retail animatronic would be 15-foot Phantom if he counts. If not, probably Cackles the Clown. 15-foot Phantom technically doesn't count as an animatronic because he doesn't move, but the top moving one for me would definitely be Cackles. He is incredible. Few people have him now. He is a huge, huge prop. Okay. So, there we go. There are his legs. They have the bubble wrap still on them. Now, I'm going to make sure you guys can see this. We're going to slide the pants over the legs. So we have the pants down here, one leg at a time. And I think these are going to come even higher. Definitely going to come even higher because these are very, very long pants. I would compare him to Towering Clown, although Towering Clown has a full jumpsuit type piece. Mutant or Creepshow, I would go with Mutant. I love Mutant. I think he is, yeah, easily my second favorite from Distortions, second to Colossus. But Creepshow would be my third. Creepshow is an amazing prop, such an awesome concept. I would have to go with Mutant. I think he's scarier overall. Even though he doesn't have a jump scare, he's very intimidating and made really in an awesome way. He looks very, very professional, which he is. All right, slid down there. We want to expose both leg pulls here so that we can attach our next piece, which should just be the mechanism, I think. Oh, actually, no, we have two more leg pieces. That's what I was talking about before, actually. We have to continue going up because these pants are very long. So that should be a good enough angle there. And now we can slide these on. This is labeled F. Wondering if the other one is. This one is labeled G, so it may matter. I don't know if I saw instructions in here. I did. Okay. So we do have these. It should matter. It might not. Sometimes they label them different and it doesn't, but we're going to check just in case because we want to do this right. Okay. G is on the back foot. So switch these around. And now these are going to snap lock in, and then they're going to connect to the mechanism. All right, let's snap lock that there. Yeah, that looks better. Those line up pretty well. So let's attach the mech next. I don't know if the hip loop can actually make it over the mech. It looks like it should be able to, but just in case, we'll just put it on now. Or at least slide it over just a bit now, so that, well, let's see actually. We can probably check now if it will go over it. Yep, it looks like it will. Okay, so we're good with that. The control box goes in the back. There should be a Velcro somewhere on his shirt to access that once it is fully set up. Okay, one is clicked in there. The other one is pretty close. There we go. All right, so there's a big side and a small side. So let's actually flip this around and make sure those are correct. Here's the big side over on his left, and then the small side is over here. All right, hip loop is in. It's also got a guard back here for the mech, so nothing gets stuck in the motor. So that's awesome. A lot of props have plastic versions of that now. The metal ones work just as well. All right, there we go. So as you can see, the pants are not too great. Let's see, we can kind of form them just a bit more than this, but they really are not the best. And actually I put it over a loop that it's not supposed to be. There we go. But once the shirt comes down, it will block some of that better, so you won't see that as much. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad now. Okay, let's make sure you guys can see the next parts. Yeah, he's a very tall prop. I think he will easily be over Jack Stalker's height. And Jack Stalker is pretty tall. He is also labeled 7 feet, but this guy's definitely taller. Now, I have not taken the head out yet, so let's do that. It is still in the cloth right here of the shirt. Wow, that thing is awesome. Look at that detail. He has a really scary looking head. Bring him close up here. Look at that. Love the eyes too. Those eyes are some of the best. That is really cool. And it looks much better with the top hat as well. Kind of guards the face a bit, makes it a bit more dark and creepy. So that's good to see. All right, we have his shoulder frame up here before we get that shirt on. I do have a ladder just in case. I'm not sure if we're gonna need it. He is a pretty tall one, but don't think we will. Okay, so now this hook that I was talking about earlier is gonna pull this back, which I can do now. It's easier to do now before the clothing, and that is attached now. Okay, so hold on. Missed something here. And Benzema, thank you for the $2 donation. Are you going to get Reagan? I do not plan on getting Reagan. Reagan, I love. I think she is so well done. The concept is amazing, but I don't do license props. And I don't plan to use any of mine, even though I have Krampus and Shorty. I don't plan on using them this year. I don't want to do any license, so I don't plan on getting her, but she is awesome. And if I did do license, I would totally get her, because the projection is really cool, really well done too. The projection is a lot better than ones like Jack Stalker or Untimely Death, so that's cool to see some improvement there. All right, so this is you can kind of unvelcro it, but there's also a bit that can't. So we do have to slide it over the top, and then the rest will Velcro. So we're just gonna slide it here. Wanna make sure it gets all the way around like that. And now we can slide it down. Now this, like I said, is gonna kind of just hide some of that unrealistic form down here. And then also the chest should look pretty real after we put this on. All right, there we go. Now, I think we might be able to just slide that back up in a sec. We do have the spine piece here, but other than that, the main other assembly here is the cage. So I think we can bring this back up and add our arms on. I'm pretty sure, yeah, we should be good to do that. So let's bring this back up now. I'm gonna move it just a tiny bit because Jack Stalker's trying to grab the back here. Okay, so let's bring it up, trying to make it go above this spine piece. Okay, there we go. And actually, this needs to be slid down a lot more right here. And then we'll have to get one Velcro attached back here. so I'll do that quickly here. We don't want to attach all of them yet just because we have a lot more to do back there. But there we go. That should hold now. But yeah, he looks really cool. I love this outfit. He is a reskin of KG. I don't know which one came first, actually. I think he did, but him and KG are the same, although this guy's pattern of the clothing and the overall color scheme I think is a lot better. All right, let's slide his head on up here, and then we'll do the arms after that. Slide this down. There's a little prong here. This is a moving prong. It is attached to the motor down at the base. Can't really see it. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's see how tall he is compared to the other 7-footers here. We will adjust all that. He's definitely taller than Jack Stalker, a bit taller than Possessed Pumpkin as well. He's a pretty tall one. Okay, so we have the arms now. Let's get these arms on. They're not going to attach to anything until we have the cage put together, though. So we'll slide this up. These are actually pretty easy arms to slide up. This is a very good quality clothing up here, which you might be able to tell the difference between this and the pants. All right, hold on. Slide this in. And there we go. All right, missed something here. Let's go up. Hunter Hans, thank you so much for the $5 donation. Did you play Roblox when you were a gaming channel? Because I found an account that came up when you had a gaming channel. I never did a separate gaming channel, but I did used to play Roblox, and yeah, you might have found my account on there. I have not been active at all, but yeah, feel free to add that. I should be on there. And then, yeah, I did post gaming videos on this channel. I don't know if I did a Roblox video ever. I don't think I did, but yeah. All right, let's slide this up here. Yeah, that arm is definitely going to need some posing, but we'll have to wait till we have the cage assembled because it does kind of matter where that is because he is actually holding on to the cage. Even though he's not technically supporting it from the arms, he is still holding on it. Let's see. Should I get a broken pumpkin nester for $80? Depends on how much you want him. $80, if he's fixable, would be an awesome deal. But it depends on how bad he's broken, too. If he's completely fried and it's not a very fixable thing, he's still a pretty awesome static prop. But, yeah, if you can get him working, that would be an awesome deal. All right. So, he's looking good so far. We can probably attach the cage now. Let's put on his hat because he is looking a bit weird without it. I don't think there's a front, really. That is a pretty good side, though, so let's just attach it right there. And we'll slide it down, not covering too much of the face. But there we go. We are going to adjust the neck area up there, too, because that does look a bit weird right now. So let's bring Nibble's piece up. This attaches pretty weird. It has one rip in the fabric here. This goes under his shirt, and I think attaches somewhere around the hip loop. Maybe not. It's more around the control box. So this is going to slide in right there. So it's already just floating right now. He doesn't need to actually hold it. But that's what it looks like without any of the bars or anything like that. So it is supported by his body frame. So it's not relying on those little pieces of metal in here. So that's good. Now, technically we can add nibbles, but yeah, let's actually do that next. Let's get nibbles on here because once we get some of the poles on in the top, it might be a bit more difficult. So we have a little slot in the bottom for his pole to attach to. And this is a little snap lock, very, very small version of the snap locks. There we go. That should be in. Yep, feels like we're good there. Now we just have some adjusting to do. His arms can go forward for now, although those will be attached to bars eventually. He has some Velcro in the back that's going to go around these leg forms. And I'm not really sure how he's supposed to connect to these because I guess it just goes under like that and then connects through the back. Don't think it can really go under it, so yeah, I guess it would just do this and connect to the back like that. So hopefully that looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks really good. Okay, so, oh, he's actually missing a shoe. I don't know where his other shoe is, but I didn't notice that. That's probably where his box came from. But yeah, he looks really cool. I love the hair on Nibbles too. The way it perfectly positions, even without like brushing it or anything, that's pretty cool. Okay, so now there are a few different types of plastic pulls here. I think there's 4 of one certain pull, and then the other ones are different. And Grinch Boy, thank you for the $2 donation. Are you getting Man's Possessed Friend ever? I will probably get him if it's at the sale. I don't plan on getting it full price, but it will definitely be tempting to get at the sale because it is a very cheap prop then, and also a great scare. Okay, so it looks like there are, let's see, more X pulls than W pulls. So I'm going to just take all the W pulls. These are the 4 Ws, and these go in the corners, and they actually have snap locks. The other ones just clip in. They don't have any snap locks. These ones are more supportive and larger pulls, so these will actually support the top section because there is another section of the cave that we don't have attached just yet. I think this would make sense to be on the outside of this cage. There we go. And actually, I'm going to have to slide these front arms through this first. Forgot about that. So let's unsnap lock this one. Goes through the hand first. All right, and then we will snap it down like that. So now it looks like he's holding it, even though you guys know he's not. Someone walking through wouldn't really notice that. Now we have our next pull here. Slide this down. Do the same thing here. Would you ever get Pumpkin Guardian of the Grave? Definitely. If I found one for a good price, I was going to once, but I didn't. I don't remember why, but he is an awesome prop. I like his phrasing as well, but yeah, he's cool. I like him better than the other Guardian of the Grave, and the fogging feature is really cool. I love fogging props. Okay, we have the other 2 already attached, so technically we can attach this piece now. Let's do it before we attach the other poles because it'll be very difficult then. So let's do this now. These just snap lock into the top. This is all plastic, none of this is metal, but the snap locks are pretty strong still. Actually, the snap locks are metal, but the poles themselves are not. So we'll slide this down. These actually have snap locks on both sides, so it doesn't technically matter what way you put this, although there's only one prong. So you do have to make sure the prong is facing that way. Even if the snap locks are positioned differently, make sure it is facing that way. Okay, that's looking pretty good now. Now we can attach his, oh, actually Nibbles is gonna have to hold on to 2 poles as well. So let's make sure we do those first here. Now, I think it would make sense if it's like this. We can slide his hand down this pole here. Probably have to take it out of the cage first. Position this. It's a bit difficult. His molds are like the perfect size for these. So you have to slide this down right there. All right, and we will clip this back in place. No snap locks there. It'll just clip like that, and now it looks like he's holding that, which is great. We have this one. I do like how they are, or when people position them to be a bit separate. It looks like his legs should be on the outside of this, actually. I like when people position them. Here, I'll show you. Like when this one's down here, I think that looks more realistic. They shouldn't be at the exact same height. So that's what I'll do here. They have no specific position. You can keep sliding them as much as you want. So you can make it however you think looks the best. For me, I'm going to do about that. So Nibbles is complete now, other than that missing shoe. But now we have some adjusting to do up there. But now we just clip all these in. So a lot of these poles, these are all plastic poles here. There we go. We have this one. And then also Nibbles has a wire coming from him. He should have 2, I think. I don't see 2. I don't know. Maybe he only has 1, but I'm pretty sure he has a sensor. Yeah, he does. So, okay, maybe it's 1 coming from Nibbles and then 1 coming from the motor under him then, because I don't see 2 from Nibbles. So that must be what it is. All right, we'll slide this one on here and clip this in. Okay, 3 more poles here. It looks like there's only 1 more, but there are 2 hidden ones in the back. Those ones are not really needed. If you do lose poles, just don't use those 2 because they're not very noticeable. but we will, because I think I have all of them. Yep, looks like I do. All right, clip that there, and that one. Then we'll go over and clip our final one in. And then there's also a top prong that we were looking at in the beginning up here that needs to connect to Ringmaster. So let's do that. We're just going to expose the slot here and bring this back till it connects in. Kind of needs to be bent upwards, but there we go. So now it is attached in both areas, so it should be up more and a lot more supportive. This is definitely on there very good. So let's get both of our wires now. There should be one coming from Nibbles somewhere in here. Let's see. Don't actually see it. Oh, here we go. Found it down here. So yeah, there's one coming from Nibbles, one coming from the motor. The one coming from Nibbles is the sensor, and then the motor is his movement. So let's re-Velcro Nibbles back here now that we have those two wires out. We don't want his clothing to fall. Now, these two, I think, can just slide up and they connect over by the control box. So he is technically ready, although we have some wiring up to do. So he's looking pretty awesome, but that should be a good enough angle so we can turn him around and wire him up. Although I'm not sure how much you guys are going to be able to see. Try to show you guys as much as I can. Okay, now we have two blue wires. One of those was for Nibbles. And then we have a multicolor wire, again for Nibbles. This one is the sensor. And then the only other ones, there is one I think already connected to the motor here. Yep, that one's pre-connected. So the only other ones are for the head, which is a red wire up here for the eyes, I think, and then the black one for the mouth. But there it is. That's all of those. So now we can, actually, let's adjust everything now. That's a good volume. We have the sensor, and then also we have his adapter here to connect. But yeah, he is on sensor mode. We'll pull this through. His adapter is kind of stuck in the base. Okay, now let's slide this up. This goes kind of around the metal bracket, which is guarding the mech, because you don't want that mech to get stuck in the clothing. Okay, so let's Velcro all the way down, making sure it's above the spine piece right there. So that looks pretty good. So we can turn him back around, and then I think we have a bit to adjust by the neck, if we can, and then he is done. Okay, so there we go. Make sure you guys can still see all this up here. And his neck already looks pretty good, but there's a bit that does need to be adjusted here. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to get that though. It's just the latex needs to go inside, so it's a bit weird up there. But that's better right there already. But yeah, he is really cool. Very tall prop too. But yeah, there he is, fully built now. Let's plug him in. Hopefully he still fully works. I know during the haunt he was getting a bit slow. He was actually doing similar thing to Creep, not Creep, Two Scoops. Two Scoops was, yeah, they were being a bit weird. And then they actually fully broke on stream. So let's see what this guy does. Because yeah, he was slowing down. Nibbles was still good though, I think. The sensor's right here on Nibbles. He is plugged in. Doesn't seem to be going. Let's see about a different mode. There he goes.
To the grisliest show on earth. Slaughter, mayhem, clown.
Let's turn him up a bit.
Fun for the whole family. Step right up and see the amazing Nibbles the Clown. Yes, come closer. Be sure to put your hands as close to the bars as possible. Even loves it when he has some finger foods before dinner.
He has a great constant too. He really does not stop. All right, let's unplug him there because he is going to keep going. Awesome constant. A lot of props don't do that anymore, but that is really cool to see. Yeah, he is awesome. Color scheme is great too on this. Not too colorful. Nibbles is more colorful than him, which I like. Pretty cool. Okay, so let's do a few demos of props around here. I haven't been able to demo a lot of these for the past few streams because we've been upstairs for the taller props. So what ones do you guys want to see first? And then, yeah, at the end of the stream, or at the end of the week of streams, we'll be doing Mutant and Colossus. So we will be able to do those finally. Okay, let's see. We have Smoldering Zombie. Go over here. Here he is, next to Underworld now. Deadly Creeper used to be here, but we were testing him where he's going to be in the haunt. So he's not here right now, but Underworld is a pretty awesome one to be there as well. Okay, and he is plugged in. It's actually stuck on Underworld. All right, there he is, Smoldering Zombie. Looks awesome with fog and at night, too. Great prop. All right, let's see. Can't actually do Lil Nester right now. I wish I could, but he is one that is directly wired usually, but his wire is actually not going down right now. Actually, you can see it right there. There's his, and it's not directly plugged into the whole thing, which I have all from one. So I can't demo him right now, but let's see. Grim, I see a Grim. Let's go over here. Oh, also Mr. Punchy. That's another one I can't do because the weights are being used for the upstairs streams right now. But let's go back here. Here's Grim. This is one I can do. Let's plug him in. He's actually next to Popcorn Clown too, if anyone wants to see him. That is a awesome, awesome prop. Okay, let's go back here. Plug him in here. Okay, he should be on sensor mode.
Your host is not here right now. They're busy burying something in the backyard. But we'll have loads of fun while they're gone. The night is young, and I'm ready to party. Are you?
Awesome prop. Definitely one of my favorites from Spirit. Great servo movement as well. Definitely one of the most animated props I have too. Him and Jammy Witch are tied, I think. All right, let's see. I do see a lot of Funzo. We can try. There's a lot of props over here now, as you guys can see. But we can try to do Funzo. Hopefully his plug is long. I'm not sure how long his plug actually is. I don't think it is too long. But hopefully it reaches something. I don't know what the closest one is. Actually, closest one is, yeah, too far. But here he is. I can't actually plug him in right now because he has a very short adapter, but can show him here. And he is, I think, the tallest out of anything in this basement. So a very, very huge clown here. Great face mold as well. And then he rocks side to side and has mouth movement as well. All right. I see Lucky Bottoms. Let's go over here to Lucky. Lucky's back in the entrance area. Here's a few of the other ones. And we'll walk back down here. All right, he's on the floor over here. Let's plug him in. He's a constant, so he is just going to go right away. I think his adapter's, let's see. He has a pretty different adapter than usual. I think it's this one, actually. Let's see. It's either this one or this one. Let's see. This should be his. Yep, that's his. There he is. He's awesome. Definitely one of my favorites of the season. Could be my favorite from Spirits, either him or Nozzles. All right, I did see a lot of Popcorn Clown and also a lot of Nozzles. So, hold on. Let's plug in Nozzles' machine, which doesn't actually look to be here. I think that is another thing that was being used upstairs. So, no fog on Nozzles, but we can still demo him. Definitely a prop that needs fog, though. This is one you gotta have a machine for. Sadly, he does not come with one, but most don't, so I was not expecting that. But he is a really cool prop. All right. Yeah, it's either him or Lucky Bottoms in first place for me.
Nothing like a little Halloween fog to set the mood. I can't get enough of this stuff. Get a load of this holiday cheer.
Awesome phrasing and music, too. I think being a clown, it should be more comedy like that sometimes. So I do like that. Okay, so yeah, I see a lot of Popcorn Clown, so we would do that one, so let's go over here. Then we'll do one more after Popcorn Clown and come back to Rotten Ringmaster for anyone who missed that. All right, so here he is. Try to show as much as the machine as I can. All right, let's see. This should be his adapter. He's just going to do a quick little reset here. This is one you want to keep in the up position because of the springs. But yeah, here's the full machine. Awesome machine. It looks like a real popcorn machine. It is full size as well. He has lights that come on as well. I have it on press mode, which I really like that they did this. The press for popcorn thing right here. That's pretty cool. All right, let's let him jump up one more time. All right, there we go. Got to keep him up for that spring. Definitely one of my favorites. Could be my favorite clown I have currently until Cackles. But he is such an awesome concept, and I love that it comes with the full machine. Really cool. All right. Oh, 2 scoops. Yes, I am going to do 2 scoops next. 2 scoops is weird right now. Some people know about this, most don't. My 2 scoops is very different, and you will see why in 1 second. So, on one of my streams, I was unboxing 2 scoops, and after the Halloween season, he was broken. His side-to-side was not working. So I contacted Spirit. They sent over a new motor, and it looked to be the same, but this is what 2 scoops does now.
Give me that! Let go! It's mine! Get your own!
It is way faster than a normal 2 scoops, and that is with a 6-volt adapter, so it's not the voltage going in. It's the motor being much faster of a motor. So it's cool. I don't think it should break him too easily. He seems like a pretty well-built prop overall, so I do like that. It is faster. Looks more like he's fighting over the cone. So yeah, very fast 2 scoops. But yeah, he's an awesome prop, and the faster is pretty awesome. As long as it holds up, I'm happy with that. So let's go over here. For anyone who missed it, this is the Rotten Ringmaster, which was the unboxing of today. All right, let's plug him back in. He is on constant, so he is just going to go.
Come one, come all to the grisliest show on earth! Slaughter, mayhem, clown! Fun for the whole family! Step right up and see the amazing Nibbles the Clown! Yes, come closer. Be sure to put your hands as close to the bars as possible.
Who's taller, Rotten Ringmaster or Funzo? Funzo, definitely. Rotten Ringmaster is tall, but not nearly Funzo height. His hat is getting a bit closer, but still, even to the hat, Funzo is a very, very tall clown. Okay, so there he was, Rotten Ringmaster. Tomorrow it looks like we'll be back with Wacky Mole Clown, the 2013 model, the original Wacky. So that was a popular one last year. So a lot of people were hyped about that one, and it looks like it is in second place right now. You guys can still vote on the community page if you haven't, for some other ones as well. But yeah, right now it looks to be Wacky. But yeah, there he was, Ringmaster. We have a few older ones this week as well, like Mad Scientist, so excited about those. But then by the end of the week, if you guys haven't read the community tab, we will be doing Mutant and Colossus, so excited about those. But yeah, there he is, Rotten Ringmaster. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.